Hi, here we are, September the 19th. Summer's waning. In a couple of days it'll be autumn. The season is definitely changing. And in so many ways, the real change all of us want is the change back to normal, right? Well, I can't guarantee that. But what I can guarantee is an enjoyable musical session from the Uxbridge Music Scholarship Trust, our 3 Guitars virtual concert today. It'll feature Chris Saunders, Brian Ride, and Joel Saunders. Hi, my name is Ted Barris. I've lived in this community, Uxbridge, for nearly 35 years, and like so many of us in town, I've become involved in a community initiative, and this one is designed to nurture and financially assist up-and-coming young musical talent in the area. That's why I'm a board member of the Uxbridge Music Scholarship Trust, and I'll tell you more about the trust in a few minutes. But let's get right to the important part of today's virtual session, performances by 3 brilliant guitar players in our community. Chris Saunders is an institution in the Uxbridge area. For more than a quarter century, Chris has brought audiences to their feet with ovations for his unique fingerstyle string playing. If you've attended onstage Uxbridge shows or Uxbridge Youth Theatre shows or Uxperience, you've come to know Chris's distinctive guitar arrangements and performances. They're always great. If you've listened to the fabulous band Hot Air, you know that Chris has been a regular featured player in the band in the rhythm section. And these days, Chris is appearing and recording with local songwriter Abby Zotz and her band Local Honey. Last but not least, virtually none of the Uxbridge Music Scholarship Trust fundraising concerts could have happened at all without the professional leadership and production skills of the one and only Chris Saunders.
Hi everyone. I have a tune for you that was written about 100 years ago, in the early 1920s. And it's been recorded by many people, but the version that I like and that I'm going to play is pretty close to one that Chet Atkins did back in the 50s, I think. And it's called Bye Bye Blackbird.
For most of his life, Brian Ride has performed and taught fingerstyle guitar playing. He can actually pinpoint the exact moment it all began. It was 1977, when a neighbor gave him an old electric guitar to learn on. Well, he upgraded the instrument, he took some lessons, and he cut his teeth in garage bands as a teenager, and a career was born. Brian settled in Uxbridge 20 years later in 1997. He started teaching guitar in 2004. He made the difficult step to go on stage in open mic sessions in 2010. And now he's blended right into the local scene, operating the soundboard for the Greenbank Folk Music Society, hosting Sunday night open mic at Colonel McGrady's, and providing background music for yoga classes. We're delighted that Brian Ride has recently brought his talent and his wide expertise to the board of the Music Trust.
Thanks, Ted. I'm going to be playing a song called Night Fishing by Australian composer Simon Fox, who currently lives in Vancouver. The song was released in 2003 and can be found on his album of the same name, Night Fishing. Thanks for listening.
If you've ever imagined somebody being born with a guitar in his hands, that's pretty much the case for Joel Saunders. Yes, he's Chris Saunders' son, and he's proud of it. Joel started playing as a youngster, about age 5, but at school and in the community, he began to prove to everybody that his rightful place was on the stage or in a recording studio performing. He studied music at the University of Guelph, and he's now an accomplished fingerstyle player and singer-songwriter. You won't be surprised to learn that Joel has won not one, but 2 music scholarships. One from the Uxbridge Music Scholarship Trust, who created this concert today, and another from the Ontario Arts Council for his competitive playing and his capabilities as a composer. Joel's been the featured guitarist on the Candy Rat recording label for artists such as Don Ross and Andy McKee, and he's been featured on blogs and podcasts such as Minor Seventh. He's not only recording He's teaching. He's teaching online and producing audio video from his home studio in Guelph, Ontario. Joel Saunders, truly a chip off the old block and a Renaissance man in his own right.
Hello everyone, my name is Joel Saunders, and I'm going to play a song for you now that's called The Zotz Walk. It's on my most recent album called Harmonic Slice, which is a all-instrumental acoustic guitar album. And the story behind the title of this song actually involves our MC, Ted Barris. I was playing this with my good friend Abby Zotz in Uxbridge, and while I was playing it, Abby was doing this sort of sidestepping dance. And I had told the audience that the song doesn't have a title yet, so if you think of anything, let me know. And after I played, Ted said, well, I was watching Abby while you played, and the name The Zotz Walk jumped out at me, and it stuck. So thank you, Ted, and thank you all for listening. Here is The Zotz Walk.
If you're just joining us, hi, I'm Ted Barris. I'm a volunteer board member for the Uxbridge Music Scholarship Trust. It's an organization that's designed to nurture and celebrate young musical talent in this community. Anyone who's lived in Uxbridge for a while knows that we're really blessed to have extraordinary musicians in town of every age, style, and genre. But if you're a young musical artist, particularly under these stressful pandemic times, talent can often get overlooked or lost because young musical artists face incredibly daunting financial barriers. It costs to practice. It costs to study. It costs to compose and to write lyrics. It costs a lot to maintain an instrument, whether it's your voice or a physical instrument you play. It costs a lot to pursue a career. Agency fees, union dues, venue deposits, recording tabs, marketing and promotion. Costs can often suffocate and prematurely end a potential career. That's why we began the Uxbridge Music Scholarship Trust. Back in 1998, we formed the trust when local music teachers, school educators, parents, and service groups all recognized that young musicians need a helping hand, not just to applaud, but to support them financially. If you like this idea of cultivating local musical talent, check out our trust website, uxbridgemusicscholarshiptrust.com. Or perhaps you're a business or a group or a service organization and you'd like to help. Again, uxbridgemusicscholarshiptrust.com. Help ensure that Uxbridge artists continue to thrive and contribute.
So for our last song, the three of us have come together to do a special performance for you. This song was written in the 1930s and made famous by the great Merle Travis. Since then, it's become a standard of the fingerstyle guitarist's repertoire. This is called Cannonball Rag. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you for joining us today for our virtual concert for the Uxbridge Music Scholarship Trust. It's great to have musicians such as Chris Saunders and Brian Ride and Joel Saunders contribute their time today. And we really appreciate your participation, your joining us today on this sort of launch of the fall and beginning of getting back to normal. We're not quite there, but our virtual concert is helping to draw attention to the fact that young musicians need help in our community. And if you're interested in joining this wonderful project in serving our community and helping young musicians thrive, go to our website. It's quite simple. UxbridgeMusicScholarshipTrust.com. Have a look and join us. Help young musicians in town thrive and contribute.